Perfect timing, ladies and gentlemen. We're ready to tip it off here between Morningside and Leuzinger. How's it going? This is Dave Marks, set to bring you all the action here on your TV sets. Morningside controlling the tip as we are underway. And the first shot of the game, a three-pointer from Morningside. That's Dwayne Estero with the three, and they've got the early lead. Leuzinger right back the other way. They are shooting at the basket to your left. They're the home team here tonight. Side shot missed off the side of the backboard. It's going to go to Morningside. Well, we bring you this ball game, tale of two teams. Leuzinger Olympians having a very decent year, 14-7 overall, 7-2 in league play. Morningside not having too hot a year, 2-18 overall. They have yet to win a league game, so trying to get off the donut here tonight against a team that they lost to by 30 points earlier this month. And we're going to have a foul outside charge against the Leuzinger Olympians. Starting tonight for Leuzinger, Myron Terrell in the backcourt along with Sheldon Wilson. Terrell a senior, Wilson a junior. Darrell Wright will be the power forward. Quentin Crooks will be one forward. And Kelsey Bars is the other forward. That's the Leuzinger Olympians. We'll get you Morningside as they've got the ball on the attack. Ramon Tepito, point guard. Dwayne Estero, the shooting guard. Pierre Connolly will start at center. Robert Thomas starts at one forward. Michael Sanders at the other. That's Sanders with the ball, getting it in the corner. Now a good dish out. And I believe they're going to call him for being on the end line. So the turnover goes to the Olympians. Your officials for this ball game, George Davis and Brian Ricard, both from the CIF Southern Section. And a little half-court pressure put on there by Morningside. Morningside coming in somewhat a decisive underdog, feeling they have to be aggressive to try to turn things around. And Leuzinger Olympians trying to battle to get into postseason spot. Three-point attempt, straight on through. So the three-pointer for Myron Terrell. Tying the score at 3 apiece. He is the senior. Three-point attempt. And the rebound taken off by Wright. Quick lead and a scoop up and in. Bucket by Wilson. Leuzinger the lead. Shot across the lane won't go. Rebound, Darrell Wright. Darrell Wright going to bring it across. Top 75 player as it knocked it away. And it'll stay by way of the Leuzinger Olympians. Darrell Wright comes in averaging a double-double for the Leuzinger Olympians. Take a look at first-year coach Reggie Morris Jr. And he's quite a story. Three-point attempt won't go. Call away from the ball going to go against the Leuzinger Olympians. So a slow start with a 5-3 Leuzinger lead. That's 6:10 to go here in the first quarter on a Friday night as we play this ball game. When you will see it is when you are watching it on delayed tape. How about that? Ball intercepted. Leuzinger on the break. And lead pass thrown away. Looking for Kelsey Bars on the left. Ball thrown out of bounds. First substitution of the night for the Leuzinger Olympians. Kelsey Bars will come out of the ball game. And they're going to bring Chris Duran in. Chris Duran and Demetrius Doby coming into the ball game. Steal attempt. Olympians have it. Now it's thrown back. Steal attempt in the corner. Robert Thomas in big trouble. And we get a holding foul charge against the Leuzinger Olympians. So they had him bottled up in the corner, but the hold charge looks like it's Kristen Crooks they're going to catch for the foul. Non-shooting foul. Morningside Monarchs throw it in. Ramon Tepito. And a good baseline drive and a bucket by Dwayne Estero. He has all 5 of their points. So play not too fluid here in the early going of the first quarter. 5:25 to go. But it's early. And a turnover. Come back the other way. Looking for the foul, and they'll get it. Demetrius Dobie going up. Hacked on the way to the hole, and that should put him on the free throw line where he'll be shooting 2. Well, Dobie, the left-hander, doesn't get the first shot. We're talking about Reggie Morris Jr., first-year coach for the Leuzinger Olympians. He has quite a history behind him. So does his father. 6'5" as he hits 1 out of 2. Olympian cheerleader, sub coming into the ball game. Myron Terrell will come back in quickly for Chris Duran. Now off this inbounds, Leuzinger Olympians look like they want to put on a little full court pressure. Dwayne Estero being asked to control. Little gingerly. They've got to get it across the timeline. They just do get it over. Tapito on the baseline. A little soft shot won't go as it's missed. And we'll come back the other way. And a timeout, 22nd timeout called. We've got 4 minutes and some change to go in the first quarter. Close ball game, 6-5 in favor of the Leuzinger Olympians. And the timeout taken by the head coach of Morningside, Carl Franklin, in his 28th year of coaching the Morningside Monarchs. And they're having a difficult year, but they have seen some success in other years. Carl Franklin, 28 years, seen a lot come and go in his 28 years. And for Reggie Morris Jr., just his first year. So off the timeout, Morningside will keep possession. It's Tapito. Gonna have to put it up, not able to go. Big bodies fighting for the rebound, and foul will be charged against the Leuzinger Olympians. So despite the fact that they have not had a good record this year, Morningside Monarchs coming out fighting. Morningside out of Inglewood. And from Yukon and 104th Street. They lost by some 30-odd points back at their home court earlier in the month of January to the Leuzinger Olympians, so they're well aware of that. Showing some full court pressure right here. They get a tip and a possible turnover, but no, Leuzinger gets it back, and the drive to the bucket. First doesn't go, follow-up no good. And the third time will lead to a trip to the free throw line. So the foul called. And this first quarter seems to be he who presses better has the best success. Donnell Wright to the free throw line, 6'8" senior. And if you're wondering, he and Dorrell Wright are not related. A lot of people ask that question, says Reggie Morris Jr., the coach, but no, they are not related. .23 to go in the first quarter. 1 point lead for the Leuzinger Olympians. Full court pressure again. Being asked to break the press. Funaki Matiaki. Funaki Matiaki in the ball game playing a point. And on occasion, he will spell Ramon Tapito at the other point position. He's got the basketball now. There's Tapito. Being forced to shoot an acrobatic shot due to some good interior defense, and ball will stay by way of Morningside. Well, it's only 4:04 to go in the first quarter, but you would not know that this Morningside team was a team that got blown out by some 30 points to the Leuzinger Olympians earlier in the year. Not by the way they're playing right now. They're blocked from the side. And a fast break, 4 on none. And one for the highlight reel for Dorrell Wright. Come the other way quickly. And a bucket is made after the spectacular dunk. Team not getting back on defense. Here's a shot on the break that doesn't go. Morningside with a chance to take the lead. And that ball is turned over. Lead pass to Terrell, a little too deep. Going to throw it back to one of his teammates. He's going for the flush, not able to get it. And a follow-up up and in. So Demetrius Doby following up the missed flush attempt of Donnell Wright. And quickly we come the other way. Every time they score, it appears that Morningside gets back. The bucket and now a steal and another attempt and a tip up and good. Funaki Madiaki makes it 13-12. Favor of Morningside. Lead pass. Little alley-oop play. Not one go. The play opening up a little bit last 2 minutes. It was a game of full court pressure. Now the action picking up a little bit. A backward tomahawk jam. Electrifying the crowd here. They've got used to seeing that sort of play out of Dorrell Wright. Dorrell Wright going to have a seat for the moment. He'll be subbed. And Leuzinger Olympians on the offensive attack. Myron Terrell and Sheldon Wilson. Sheldon Wilson with it. That's Tuione, who plays on the football team. Now the three-point shot is good by Myron Terrell. So the first three-pointer of the night, 15-13. Leuzinger, fast break the other way. Jam attempt won't go. Play heating up a little bit. Earl McLeod on the dunk attempt. He was fouled on the way up, much to the disagreement of the Leuzinger crowd here in Lawndale, California. So McLeod tripped to the line. He's averaging about 6 a ball game, plays forward and center spot. Trying to get it knotted up at 15. Lane violation, so he'll get another shot. Well, we apologize that we have no graphics here tonight. So that means we got to do it the old-fashioned way. I got to let you know the time and the score, 2:22 to go first quarter. On the missed attempt, Leuzinger with the rebound. It's Terrell deep in the corner, bounces it off his foot, and it's going to be a turnover. Tapito, shot blocked. Follow no good. So it's stuck to the backboard. They look for the goaltend. They may not get the goaltend, but they're going to get a foul call. And we'll support Funaki Matataki to the free throw line. Matiaki, actually. Ties the score again at 15. Another substitution for Leuzinger. Sheldon Wilson back into the ball game. And do we have another lane violation? Yes, we do. So Funaki Matiaki will get another attempt to put his team back in front. But he won't capitalize, but here's a rebound from Morningside. Battle for the rebound. Leuzinger Olympians have it. There's a lead to Wright, going cross court. And the shot is good. And he's going to the line. Demetrius Dobie on the acrobatic shot. He'll earn a trip to the free throw line. An excuse me kind of foul. He got the pass going cross court. We'll see how the play develops on this end. Off of the miss. The fight for the rebound. And our folks in the posse here where we're sitting want to see the replay just the way we do. There's Wright with a good cross-court pass. Okay, what do you guys give this? You give on a scale of 1 to 10, what do you give that, guys? What do you give that play on a scale of 1 to 10? They give it a 10 here in the posse. Okay, how about that? 18-15 with 1:50 to go. Long three-point shot is an air ball. There's Wright with the outlet pass to Wilson. He won't get it. Tip once, tip twice. Who's got the hot potato? There's Sheldon Wilson on the bucket. And it's a 5-point Leuzinger lead, 20-15. Matiaki going behind the back. Runs into Wright. Lead pass. Well, what do you say? Leave it up there and he put it away. 22-15. Morningside wants to talk it over. 1:15 to go first quarter. And it's a 7-point lead for the Leuzinger Olympians. Keyed by some acrobatic play by Dorrell Wright. So the press worked for only so long. They're beginning to get people out on the... What's happening is Leuzinger is beginning to control the rebounding boards. And that's how they're getting people out on the break. This is the last play and super slow. Matiaki, he's going to take it in and he sees the wall right there, so it forces him to not be able to get enough height on it. Now this is a leave it on the rim and put it away. So what do you guys give that on the scale of 5? They give that an 11 here in the posse. Morningside trying to calm down and take their time. And that won't count, it'll be an offensive foul. Offensive foul charge against Robert Thomas. The Leuzinger Olympians have begun to pack it in defensively on the front line, and that's given Morningside fits about the last 2 minutes or so. Under a minute to go now. 50 seconds. 2-1-2 zone being played by Morningside. Want to force Leuzinger to have to shoot from outside. Look for the open man. Wright with a fake. Back out. Long three-point attempt. And they've got a rebound. Chance to reset the clock. 33 seconds to go. They'll shoot. Not able to go. And that's going to be an over-the-top charge against Leuzinger. And let's see if they get to Ione or Dorrell Wright for the over-the-top. Looks like it is to Ione. Falawu Tuione, who plays football on the Leuzinger Olympians football team. You may have seen him on some of our Channel 22 football telecasts during the fall. He was definitely a key on Mike Witt's Leuzinger football team. The free throw is being shot right here. Morningside trying to not let this thing get away from them in the latter stages of this first quarter. But right now it's been basically the defensive line, front defensive play, forward play of Leuzinger. That has been the key. 25 seconds to go. Full court pressure attempt leads to a foul. Robert Thomas committing the foul. And they're now over the limit of 23.1 to go first quarter. Myron Terrell. Myron Terrell and Sheldon Wilson. 15 seconds, and there's a steal. And that'll lead to the layup. So the steal attempt And the bucket, Ramon Tapito. Tapito in the passing lanes, anticipating that one. Might say that one was telegraphed. 4 seconds to go, 22-19. And some shots will be taken here by Dorrell Wright following the foul. Dorrell Wright, we mentioned in the top 75 nationally. At 24 points a game, 12 rebounds, 4 blocks a game. And he's being highly recruited, to say the very least. The Morningside should get the last shot following this foul. Better than that, they'll be on the free throw line, which is what they would want to do. And a chance to cut more into the lead here in the waning seconds of quarter number 1. That's Pierre Connolly. Pierre Connolly averaging about 4 a game. And it remains, check that, it's a 1-point game, 22-21. 3.2 seconds to go. Right from half court. And that's how the first quarter will end. 1 in the books in Lawndale. It's a close first quarter. Score reflecting the way the play went. Leuzinger Olympians 22, Morningside Monarchs 21 at the end of quarter number 1. Well, did you know that if you live in the city of Lawndale, you can find out what your city council is doing? Now, it pays to be an informed citizen. You want to know, are they voting to increase your taxes, decrease them? Where's the money going? How are they spending it? Well, why not get in on a city council meeting? What? You say you have to work? You can't make the city council meeting? Well, did you know right here on Lawndale Community Cable Channel 22, the first and third Monday of every month, you can see city council meetings. So tune in to Lawndale Community Cable Channel 22. Find out what your city council is doing, how they're spending your tax money, where it's going, who's arguing with who, right here on Lawndale Community Cable Channel 22. Dave Marks here for Channel 22 Sports. We're in Lawndale tonight. Leuzinger High School, home of the Leuzinger Olympians, getting set for quarter number 2. 22-21 is the score. Leuzinger with the 1-point lead. They had a 7-point lead. And they get the ball on the possession to start quarter number 2. Zone defense. They break the zone, and there's another throw-in. So the zone busting pass, leading to another dunk by Dorrell Wright. Ramon Tapito, who's played a fine game. He's pushed and fouled by Myron Terrell. So Terrell on the push. And this is going to put Ramon Tapito to the free throw line. Ramon Tapito generally considered, and I say generally considered according to Coach Carl Franklin, the best player on the Morningside Monarch squad. He's averaging 8 points a game, which is second offensively. And they say he's had some mild college offers from Sacramento State. Doesn't get the free throws here, and on the rebound, behind the back by Wright. Get it over to his point guard, Myron Terrell. And James Williams in the ball game for the first time. And Dorrell Wright on the drive from the left baseline, fouled on the way up. So the foul that time on Tapito. Putting Wright back on the free throw line. See the end of the play. Wright is being recruited at the moment by USC, Iowa, Utah, Fresno State, UNLV, a couple of other places. 2 free throws, 25-21. Make that 26-21 your score. 7:22 to go in quarter number 2. Dorrell Wright will have a little bit of a rest, talking to Reggie Morris Jr. Full court pressure attempt. Williams trying to hawk the inbounds passer. They break it. But the ball is thrown away in the corner, taken back, and a layup up and in. So Earl McLeod with a bucket. 26-23, 7 minutes to go. Quarter number 2. Sheldon Wilson. And the rebound is pulled off. Morningside can tie with a three-pointer. Steal attempt will lead to a reach-in foul. James Williams reaching in on Ramon Tapito. So this will put Ramon back to the free throw line. Morningside Monarchs not having the best of years. 2-19 overall, 0-8 in Ocean League play. But their head coach Carl Franklin has seen quite a few years, good years. They've won 3 CIF titles. They were state champions in '92. And he's also coached Byron Scott and Elvin Campbell during his 26-year tenure as varsity head coach. Free throw miss, but Morningside with the rebound. A three-pointer to tie, and it's good. So there's Tapito with a 3 to tie the score. And we're all knotted up. So Wright had a quick rest and now back in the ball game. And there's a 3 attempt to untie it, no good. Three-pointer missed from the side. And on a miss by Chris Duran, another foul charged against Leuzinger, who are racking up the fouls here in this first half. 6:25 to go second quarter, excuse me. And this puts Earl McLeod back to the free throw line. The Morningside Monarchs. I'm talking about their head coach, Carl Franklin. A lot of times you assume that coaches played basketball during their school days, but he actually was a wrestler at Cal State LA, where he received his bachelor's degree. He also got his master's from Azusa and Pepperdine. Steal off the miss. Here's a three-point attempt that won't go. They get another rebound. Baseline drive and the three-point lead on the bucket. So three-point lead, 29-26. And as we said in quarter number 1, Morningside does not look like a team that lost by 30 points to the Leuzinger Olympians earlier in the year. Wright fakes a 3, will dribble in, now will turn. And hit on the arm. In the act of shooting, he will go to the free throw line. So Dorrell Wright talked about the fact that Morningside lost that big contest. He asked their coach before the ball game, what gives when you've got a record of 2-19? Well, they said they're a young team. They do have quite a few juniors on the squad, although 4 seniors on the starting squad that regularly start, so you can't necessarily use that as a reason for the starting squad, but if you look at the rest of the squad, there are a few juniors. They've had injuries, suspensions, and a lot of drama this year. Counting for the losing ways, 2 free throw misses. And Ramon Tapito brings it out of the backcourt. 5:50 to go second quarter. McLeod with a turner, won't go. And Duran with the outlet to Wright. Wright with a little fake and the pull-up. And it's a one-point game, 29-28. 5:30 to go, quarter number 2. And a nice dish, but no swish. Rebound, however, and they say jump ball. So the jump ball, the arrow points in favor of Morningside, so a break for the Morningside Monarchs. Well, for those of you who are wondering where Rufus Washington is, you're by yourself, because I'm not. He's not here. Where he is, as the shot is blocked, but they say there's a foul. Where he is, we don't know. But Rufus has been around for some 14 years here on Channel 22. Rufus's son plays basketball as they disagree with the call here. The Boo Birds cascading down from the small gymnasium. Omar Lovejoy to go to the free throw line. Rufus has a son playing basketball, about 13, 14 years old, who Rufus Washington says is improving rapidly. Scott Goodman not able to make it here tonight. So yours truly, Dave Marks, drafted into service. Got me at the last minute. They called me on my cell phone and told me to put your Channel 22 jacket on and get out of here. You've been drafted. So, of course, how could I refuse? 1 point game, Leuzinger with the ball, right with a long three. Air ball. Michael Sanders. To Tapito. Tapito plays the point guard. And you can see that steal coming. Telegraph pass cross court. And there's another dunk for Dorrell Wright off the pass from Myron Terrell. Putting Leuzinger back in front by one. 30-29, 4:43 to go second quarter. Little delay of game warning. Off the made bucket. Morningside, rather the Leuzinger Olympians, showing full court pressure. Tapito. And Lovejoy going to get the layup. So they broke the press effectively, took their time. They were patient, 4:28 to go, 31-30 Morningside. Dorrell Wright, shot blocked. Not the shot blocked, but it's taken back. Earl McLeod on the block. And that time it'll be a foul. McLeod and Wright. McLeod coming over. Even though he committed the foul, a little jawing as Wright lay on the ground. So this has all the makings at 4:11 to go in the second quarter of being a contest that Morningside is not going to shy away from. Wright reties the score at 31 apiece. One point lead for the Leuzinger Olympians, 4:11 to go. Second quarter. Bonaki Mariaki can play the point. Off balance shot on the glass and in. Mateaki gives him a 1 point lead as we seesaw. Pass in the lane, broken up. Got somebody up court. They're not able to get it to him. Now they'll set up the offense. Mateaki behind the back in the corner, gets the return. Here's the three. And Donnell Wright to Dorrell Wright. Shake and bake. Not able to hit. 3:25 to go, second quarter. Tapito for a three. And a call underneath. So they'll say, let's stay this way. And call against the Leuzinger Olympians. So Earl McLeod will go to the free throw line, but before he goes, the Leuzinger Olympians decide they want to talk things over. 3:20, quarter number two. The guest is Morningside. The home team are the Leuzinger Olympians. This ball game being taped on a Friday night, Lawndale Community Cable Channel 22. Channel 22 in Hawthorne, also in El Segundo, Gardena. And quite a few places. And this is a warm day in the Southland, Los Angeles area. 91 degrees, setting records today. And it's still kind of warm here tonight. What's been a good night. There you see some of the crowd here tonight. In the JV game that preceded this one, the Morningside JV winning big over the Leuzinger JV. And there you see the JV coach, gentleman there with a jacket. He is not the head coach. Carl Franklin is the head coach. 28 years in Morningside. and Reggie Morris Jr., first-year coach for the Leuzinger Olympians. So some free throws for Earl McLeod. Makes it a 2-point lead. Plays the swing position, Earl McLeod. And you would suspect if he does make this free throw, you would see so well, they started to say you'd see the full court press, but that's a moot point because he missed. Fast break, three-point attempt, got it. Three-pointer for Myron Terrell. 35-34, Leuzinger back by one. 3 minutes to go, second quarter. Not able to get the pass. Mateaki tries to run it down, but it will go back to the Leuzinger Olympians. Morningside going to press off the turnover. Demetrius Dobie back in the ball game. Chirioni not able to get the layup from in close. 2:40 to go, second quarter. 35-34 Leuzinger. Morningside with a possession, steal attempt. Fake the three, they'll dribble in for the 12-footer, up and in. Back in front by one, Morningside. 2:25 to go, second quarter. Demetrius Dobie, three-pointer. Won't go. Try to save the rebound, but Qualo Tuioni on the baseline. Goes back to Morningside. Leuzinger with a full court pressure. Ball tipped away. Back to Mateaki. Cross court. Just under 2 minutes to go now. On the baseline. They'll turn and shoot. That's an air ball. Offensive rebound. Back up looking for the foul, but it's blocked. And it's going to stay by way of Morningside. 9 seconds to go on the shooting clock. 1:47 to go on the game clock, quarter number 2. Michael Sanders to throw it in. Just manages to get it in to Lovejoy. Going to have to shoot. 5 seconds on the shot clock, and they are bailed out by a foul. So with 5 seconds on the shooting clock, Lovejoy goes to the free throw line on the reach-in foul. They've got a 1-point lead. Omar Lovejoy been averaging about 4.5 points a game. He's a junior. This would be some win tonight if Morningside is able to pull it out. It would be their first league win. They've got a 2-point lead with 1:43 to go till halftime, 37-36. And they will press off the made bucket. Dorrell Wright coming out of the ball game for a spell. Quentin Crooks back in. And a foul called. Foul charge against Morningside. It's a non-shooting foul, 1:36 to go. Quentin Crooks will get it in to Sheldon Wilson. And there's a three-point attempt by Terrell. It's an air ball. Taken off by Lovejoy. Ball knocked away momentarily. Morningside able to recover. Now they've got a 3-on-1. And that's a nice pretty shot up and in. Good bucket by Funaki Mateaki. Hiding it behind the back, a little scoop. Little ice cream cone scoop. 39-35, couldn't believe it went in, but it did, and they've got a 4-point lead, a minute to go. On the miss, and a rebound, and a fast break coming the other way. And that'll be a blocking foul. Omar Lovejoy. A little contact. Referee says it's a block. So at 50.2 seconds to go in quarter number 2, Morningside Monarchs, a team that lost. There you see the end of the play. And the referee says that Leuzinger player did not have position. This Morningside team fired up. They believe. There's some of their fans on the other side of the court. Their JV did a number tonight on the Leuzinger JV before this ball game. And they're looking at a possible 6-point lead, and that it is. 50.2 seconds to go. 41-35, pressing off the made bucket. And they get a turnover almost. It'll stay by way of the Leuzinger Olympians. So a lot of spirit being displayed both by Morningside, their bench, and some of their supporters here at Leuzinger. Sheldon Wilson, three-point shot won't go. Tuione saves the rebound. He'll throw it back out. Into the backcourt. 44 and 3/10 seconds to go. So on the turnover, here's the Morningside crowd on the other side. That could be some of their JV. And they played a whale of a ball game. Michael Sanders getting a good hand from his bench as he checks out. 40 seconds to go now till halftime. Ramon Tepito, guarded by Tuione on the outside. They can take a little time. And a call going against now Tepito. 3-second violation. 30.9 to go till halftime. Was that a 3-second or a foul call? Well, I believe they're calling a foul because free throws will be shot. No PA tonight. That's interesting. Gualo Tuione to the line. Mentioned playing on that varsity football squad. And spoke very highly of by head Leuzinger football coach Mike Witt. He's a junior, 6'5". One out of two. 41-36. Clock running with 28. Now at the 20-second mark, got a whistle, and it looks to be call going the other way. Going to be an offensive foul. So second in a row, 2 possessions in a row. And that's got to drive Morningside coach Carl Franklin crazy. Stops the clock. That is Carl Franklin there in the sweater. 28 years at Morningside. They're giving the other team more possessions and stopping the clock. Not what you want to do when you've got a lead on the enemy court. And when you're playing with the type of emotions they've played with in this first half. Tuione hits 2 free throws. 41-38, 20.4 seconds to go. Now it enables them to press off the inbounds. They break the press. Let's see if they'll hold up or shoot quickly. Well, they elect to shoot. Not an exactly high percentage shot, and it's going to give Leuzinger a chance to tie the game to three-pointer or get a bucket. There's Wright. He'll shoot the 3. And a rebound as the buzzer sounds. And that's the way the first half will end. 1 half in the books from Lawndale, California. And at the half, the Morningside Monarchs 41, Leuzinger Olympians 38. And we'll come back with the start of the second half. If the second half is anything like the first half was, it should be an interesting one. And we'll get back with that second half right after this break. All right, we start quarter number 3. 3-point game, 41-38 in favor of Morningside. Leuzinger with the ball to start this quarter. Their biggest lead was 7 in the first half. Morningside's was 6. Here's Wright with the turnaround. That won't go. Leuzinger able to keep the rebound. Sheldon Wilson. And the short shot from the lane is good by Quentin Crooks. 41-40. Seeing two teams that when they played the first time at Morningside up in Inglewood, it was a 30-point blowout for Leuzinger. Morningside has yet to win a game in league. They've only won 2 all year. Here's a steal. Leuzinger coming the other way, but it's taken back. Lovejoy with it. Lovejoy with a good lead underneath. Shot is blocked. But Morningside keeping it alive. And now a steal. Bad pass, trying to force that one in there. And it's taken by Crooks. Inside to Wilson. There's Wright with a missed shot. Follow-up up and in by Quentin Crooks. Quentin Crooks all 4 points in the second half. 6:45 to go, third quarter. And Leuzinger back in front, 42-41. Ramon Tapito with it. Little one-on-one move. Going to pull up. On the glass and in. Leuzinger Olympians took a while to come out to start the second half. They didn't get out onto the court until there were about 20 seconds to go on the clock in between the halves. They had a lot to talk about at halftime. That shot rejected. They're able to take control, but it's going to be saved from going into the backcourt. Wilson with it. He'll lay it in. Back in front by 1, approaching 6 minutes to go, quarter number 3. Full court pressure attempt. And they've done a good job at breaking that press. Morningside with some good ball handlers. Now scramble on the floor, and looks to be a call going. Actually, they take a timeout. We're looking for a 20-second timeout, and a good play. They're able to get it. 5:57 to go, quarter number 3 from Lawndale, California. Leuzinger Olympians 44, Morningside Monarchs 43. Well, did you know that on Lawndale Community Cable Channel 22, they present Lawndale Crime Watch. Find out what's going on in the area in terms of crime and criminal activity. Be informed, Lawndale Community Channel 22, Lawndale Crime Watch, right here on this station. Dave Marks, that's who I am, bringing you the action here tonight. Rufus Washington not with us this evening, neither is Scott Goodman. They are both off on other assignments, I guess you could say. They both wanted to stay home and see the Laker game. They're Laker fans. They care. 44-43 your score. 5:57 to go. Lakers playing Sacramento tonight as this game is being taped. And I'm told in the truck that the Lakers are ahead by 9. Does not mean too much. Lakers look like a lottery pick team this year. There's a shot missed by Dorrell Wright. And we're told by the truck, although by the time you see this, this will all be a moot point, that Chris Webber and Bobby Jackson are playing for Sacramento. But got an interesting contest right here. 5:41 to go. Leuzinger in a battle that they perhaps did not expect to see. And that'll be a travel. So on the turnover. This Morningside team has been game. Not been afraid of the Leuzinger Olympians. They've challenged them. There's Tapito. Trying to pass it off underneath to McLeod. McLeod not able to control, and on the turnover. Goes back to Leuzinger. Put that in the corner. Wright trying to pass out. Good pass, but they're not able to complete it, but the tip is up and in as Wright gets the tip. So Leuzinger by 3 with 5:05 to go third quarter. Foul charged here against Leuzinger. Looks to be on Myron Terrell. It'll be Leuzinger ball. Check that Morningside ball as they send Funaki Matiaki into the ball game. Had some scintillating play in that first half. Tapito with it, and he's fouled on the outside. Little push off. Well, we talked tonight about Reggie Morris Jr., first-year head coach of Leuzinger. And I'm sure Rufus Washington mentioned this in the previous telecast. He spent 2 years at Howard University back east and 2 years at LA Southwest. He was a history major at Howard. And that shot won't count. It'll be an offensive foul. Offensive foul charged. I'm talking again about Robert Morris Jr. He played for his dad at Locke High. He also played at Westchester High. And when he was back east, he was a graduate assistant at Mount St. Mary's in Maryland. And that's significant because he was a graduate assistant coach under the winningest active coach right now in Division I basketball and the third winningest coach of all time in Division I, Jim Phelan. So he has quite an impressive resume for a young man. Chip attempt no good. And that'll go by way of Morningside. And when you ask Reggie Morris, how do you account for the success of this team, he just says he feels blessed to have a good crop of players, and they seem like they have responded well to him this season. They're going to have to respond well to him in the second half. They're up by 3. And it's a turnaround shot that won't go. Acrobound's save attempt on the rebound, and Olympians are able to handle it. So Sheldon Wilson brings it the other way. Going to go all the way with a scoop, no good. And here's an outlet. They look for a 3-on-1. Lead pass, and a layup up and in. So the good feed on the lead by backup point guard Matiaki, and Sanders able to finish. 1-point game, 46-45, 3:55 to go third quarter. Doral Wright from the lane, pushed as he goes up. And he'll earn a trip to the free throw line. We mentioned in the first half, Leuzinger built a 7-point lead. And then in the last 4 minutes of the second quarter, Morningside came back and built up a 6-point lead, at a 3-point lead at the half. They actually outscored Leuzinger 20-16 in the second quarter. And hanging right with them on those boards, playing tough. Inbounds to Wright. Wright gonna throw a jump pass off on the side, and the shot is up and in by Deion Brown. Deion Brown, the senior, checking in with his first bucket. 48-45, 3:40 to go third quarter. Leuzinger with a 3-point lead. Trying to press him. Lone Tapito. Matiaki shoots the air ball. And Swint rebounded by Crooks. In the front court quickly. Deion Brown not able to hit the shot, but he'll earn a trip to the free throw line. 3:18 to go, quarter number 3. Deion Brown, a 5'9" senior. Leuzinger Olympians 14-7 overall, 7-2 in league. Only 2 league losses were to Peninsula and Santa Monica. And they had a situation where a player was ejected and had to miss 2 games, which cost them the Santa Monica loss, they feel. Right here, free throw was made. Deion Brown makes it a 5-point game, 50-45. And they're going to press on the inbounds pass. So if Morningside is going to attempt to keep this one close, or attempt to pull off the upset, they're going to have to keep their composure right about now. They did that in the second quarter. Being asked to do it in the third quarter. Don't want to let this one get away. It's been a young team with injuries and suspension and a lot of drama, says their coach, Carl Franklin. And here's a dramatic steal. And there's a layup. So the steal and the layup. Bucket by Demetrius Dobie, a block the other way. This will be a 3-on-1. And a tip up and in. So a nice bucket attempt, hiding it by Sheldon Wilson. The tip by Dobie. 2:54 to go. It's a 9-point Leuzinger Olympian lead. And Morningside says, let's talk about this one as they take a timeout. So the Leuzinger Olympians responding to the challenge here in quarter number 3. Well, on Lawndale Community Cable, channel 22, you know, when things get done in the community, it takes money to do it. And it starts with a plan. And the people that have to plan it are the people that plan to show replays while we are doing promos for the station. As we see that shot. But I started to say the Planning Commission in the city of Lawndale meets every once in a while. Well, let's take a look at this and I'll tell you about this. Is more exciting than the Planning Commission. All right, and there's the finish. There's the tip by Wright. And now let's talk about the Planning Commission. You can catch the Planning Commission on Lawndale Community Cable Channel 22, the 2nd and 4th Wednesdays of every month to find out what's going on. Lawndale Community Cable Channel 22. Back to the action. 9-point lead. Full court pressure. And the layup on a good pass coming from half court. Nice feed pass. Earl McLeod getting it from Ramon Tapito. Played a fine point position tonight, 54-47. And Doby with a turnaround. Up and in. 9-point lead again, 2:25 to go in the third quarter. There's Lovejoy. Shot blocked by Wright. Lovejoy gets it back, has to shoot over Wright. And the ball is grabbed by Crooks into the front court. And the fadeaway won't go. They'll throw it back out to Sheldon Wilson. Cross court to Dorrell Wright. Dorrell Wright got the pass back from Doby, and on the left side, the layup up and in. Dion Brown. 11-point lead now, 1:50 to go in quarter number 3. Leuzinger Olympians opening it up. And the shot is literally caught out of the air by Wilson. 3-on-1 the other way. Stuff attempt, no good. Back out to Sheldon Wilson. And he turns it over with 1:32 to go in quarter number 3. So after leading at the half by 3, it has been all Leuzinger Olympians for most of the quarter, and Morningside decides to take a timeout. So timeout by the Morningside Monarchs. Leuzinger Olympians leading 58-47. Coach Reggie Morris Jr. huddled up around his team. His father, of course, a very active coach here in the area. Played for him at Locke High, as we mentioned earlier. Did well up back there at Howard University, back east. Howard Bison. History major. There's Dorrell Wilson on the block shot. And just throws it out. As you see a player like Dorrell Wilson, highly recruited by a number of teams, as we mentioned in the first half. As we tape this ball game today, news coming out of the Midwest that LeBron James declared ineligible for amateur ball. He is, of course, still senior in high school. His amateur athletic status taken away today because he reportedly received jerseys that were priced over a certain amount of money, and he was declared eligible. Now, of course, that would mean if he were to elect to go to college, which the thinking is that he's not going to do that, he's going to go straight into the NBA draft, I believe that would make him ineligible for NCAA ball as well. Can't be sure on that. I don't know if that would carry over if he elected to try to play NCAA ball, but he has been declared ineligible for the rest of his high school season. And he is a senior and expected to go into the NBA draft and be the #1 lottery pick. Bucket and the foul. Good, and it counts. Quentin Crooks will go to the free throw line. Off the finish with 1:20 to go in quarter number 3. Quentin Crook started the ball game. And coming back trying to molest the shot to no avail. Funaki Madiaki. Grab the rebound back. Wright not able to go glass. Fight for the rebound, and the call goes against Morningside. Or does it? That's going to go against Leuzinger. Check that again. George Davis and Brian Ricard, the two officials, changing the call. Now it will be Leuzinger ball. Now what is it as you see Demetrius Dobie going to throw it in? What is that about rubbing underneath your sneaker? That's for good luck or something? Didn't used to do that back when they were wearing the Converse All-Stars with the star on the side. At least I don't recall that back during the Chuck Taylor era. There's the fader, no good. Rebound attempt won't go. And a hard rebound by Erie Monk, who's checking into the ball game. Madiaki, three-pointer won't go. And it's a quick break. And a quick layup. Sheldon Wilson for two. 42 and 2/10 seconds to go. Leuzinger's opened up a 15-point lead. Almost a turnover. Madiaki has to jump one from the lane, won't go. Leuzinger with a rebound. 25 and 3/10 seconds and counting. Wilson up court in a little too deep. Will throw it back, bring it back out. Shot clock is off. 15 seconds to go, third quarter. They can take the last shot, and they will. 10 seconds. Wright on the drive, won't go. Rebound grabbed by Monk. Monk to Lovejoy, 2 seconds to go. Madiaki will get the last shot of the quarter, and he hits. So Madiaki with a three as the quarter comes to an end. Little face-saving three-pointer to end quarter number two. But they lost quite a bit. They had the lead coming into the quarter. But right now, Morningside finds himself down by two. So at the end of three here in Lawndale, California at Leuzinger High School, Leuzinger Olympians 60, Morningside Monarchs 50. It was 41-38 Morningside at the half. (24-9), Leuzinger run in that quarter. And without that three-pointer, they would have made it just a 6-point quarter. So it wouldn't be too much of a stretch or a cliche to say that the defense went to work big time in that quarter for the Leuzinger Olympians. And on a 24-9 run, make that a 22-9 run. Got to ask somebody here in the stands, because usually Rufus is the better at math than I am. I was going to ask the person sitting behind me if I added this up right. I think it's 22-9 in the quarter. It's about right. But we're set for quarter number four. And Morningside needing to do a little something about it, down by 12. They got this first possession. Izzy Monk throwing it back out. And a shot from the lane. Short little flip is up and in by Robert Thomas. 10-point game, 62-52. Morningside had a 6-point lead in the second quarter. Leuzinger's biggest lead was 15. And a chance for a fast break is thrown away. Robert Thomas not able to handle the errant pass. It's like a 1-3-1 zone. Rufus is better at identifying the zones than I am. That's one reason why you miss him. He's a good basketball strategist, being that he does coach. And there's a little jump hook from the lane by Dorrell Wright. 64-52. Now, of course, you'll never see Rufus do a baseball game, of course. And that ball is laid up and in. Layup by Earl McLeod, bringing it back to 10 points. 10-point ball game. Steal attempt, and they do get the steal. On the hustle play. Scramble for the ball. Leuzinger comes back with it. Deion Brown has a shot thrown away. Wright gets the rebound, puts it up in traffic. And it looked like Wright was fouled on the way up, so Darrell Wright coming out of there, saving the possession. And it'll get Leuzinger Olympians to the free throw line. Reggie Morris Jr., first-year coach. If his teams play like this, he's going to be around for many a year at Leuzinger. Terrell will shoot from three. Rims the basket. Offensive rebound, no good. Tipped in the lane to Doby. Behind the back to Wright. He's going to put it up. Not able to connect. And finally, he does get it. And Morningside, their bench, wondering where they might get a foul called a little off, but referee saying clean rebounding attempt, nothing done. And here's the steal. Taken back. And that shot thrown away. Doral Wright throws away the shot attempt. Robert Thomas at 6'2". Doral Wright at 6'7" and leaps a lot taller. 5:48 to go. The posse wants to see a replay. Well, let's see what the truck can do. Lawndale Community Cable truck. Actually, it's more like a van, not really a truck. Couldn't get a truck onto this campus. Morningside possession, 5:44 to go, quarter number 4. And tricky dribbling. Side pass, Funiaki with it. 10 seconds on the shot clock. And they get off the shot and get the rebound. Clock reset, three-pointer. It's good. Three-pointer by Robert Thomas. He is their leading scorer, averaging 12 a game. Where has he been for 3.5 quarters? 5:12 to go in the fourth quarter. 9-point ball game, Leuzinger 66, Morningside 57. Myron Terrell to Dorell Wright. Behind the back, thrown away, a little careless. And they've got another possession. Robert Thomas, Funiaki, three-point attempt. That's good. 66-59 and a steal. Little spin, looking for the foul call, gets the rebound. It'll be a jump ball. And a possession arrow in favor of Leuzinger. Well, that last shot was not a three-pointer apparently, or at least the scoreboard hasn't given them credit for three. 66-59. Okay, fellas in the posse, you want to see that block for a second? Oh, take a look at your monitor, and you folks in it. Oh, we had it. Come on, let's hear a boo for the oh, no, okay, there's the block. How do you guys rate that? What do you give it a how much? They give it a 10. Okay. We were going to get, so boo for the truck, because they almost, one guy in the posse says give it a 20. Timeout on the court. 5 minutes and some change to go in quarter number 4. And it's a 66-60 ball game, and they did give him credit for a three. I thought it was a three-pointer, that last shot attempt. So it's 66-60. Now here's Robert Thomas coming in. He's about all of 6'2". Sure that wasn't goaltending, fellas in the posse? Sure that wasn't goaltending, fellas?
No, that wasn't goaltending.
No, they said it was a clean block. And the referee said so too. Well, this of course is the Leuzinger home crowd at the Leuzinger Olympians Gym, Olympians Den. Famous university, well, famous high school. Feels like a university. When you grow up in New York City, some of the colleges in New York City are about as big as this high school. So it does feel like you're on a university. It's all, perspective is everything. Here's a steal, 2-on-1 attempt. And it should lead to a layup, and it does. Michael Sanders, we've got a 4-point ball game, ladies and gentlemen. It was a 15-point lead. And you're looking at a team in Morningside that was outscored 22-9 in the third quarter. They've made it a contest once again. Some good defense. Some sloppy play by Leuzinger. There's Doby with a layup. A good lead pass. Demetrius Doby makes it 68-62. 4:08 to go in the fourth quarter. Robert Thomas brings his game in the fourth quarter. Didn't have it for the first 3.5. Matiaki. Thomas with a three. Not able to go. Rebound knocked away, and it'll lead to a foul with 3:48 to go in quarter number 4. So if nothing else, it's been an entertaining contest. The side scorers table says that we have the 1-on-1 situation. Morningside over the limit. So for the Leuzinger Olympians, Quentin Crooks on the line. In case you're wondering where Leuzinger High School is, on Rosecrans in the city of Lawndale. Just a little bit off of Hawthorne Boulevard. 69-62. And Crooks makes it an 8-point ball game. 3:48 to go. They will press off the made free throws. 70-68, Leuzinger with the lead. Morningside had it down to 4 after trailing by 15. Benaki Madiaki. Cross-court pass to Thomas. Looking for the layup, and instead he will get the foul on the way up. And I believe it is Wright they spotted for the foul. Yes, it is Wright, only his second according to the scoreboard. Check that as Quentin Crooks, that's his second. Tough rebound. And there's a side shot by Duran, won't go. Chris Duran missing the three. Leuzinger able to run it down. Fakes the three. Gives back in the lane and will lead to a layup. A good pass there by Dorrell Wright. And Demetrius Doby with the lay-in. 3:10 to go. It's back to a 10-point lead, 72-62. Steal attempt. That time by Chris Duran. It'll lead to a reach-in foul. Stopping the clock at 3:03. Duran will check out right now in favor of Sheldon Wilson. And that's a backcourt violation. Careless play by Morningside. Benaki Madiaki throwing it into Robert Thomas. Just led him a little too far, and on the big turnover. Leuzinger Olympians trying to go up by 12 or more. 3 minutes now to go in quarter number 4. Sheldon Wilson. Go to the left-hand layup, up and in. 74-62, 2:40 to go. Back to a 12-point lead. Ramon Tapito. Needs some points in a hurry. Not going to make it easy. There's a turnover. And a travel. Leuzinger Olympians looking for a foul call, but instead they get a travel. Some of the crowd behind me, Leuzinger home crowd, can't believe the call. But it will stand. 2:27 to go. Inbounds quickly to Thomas, and he'll lay it in. 74-64. 2:22 and counting. Sheldon Wilson to Myron Terrell. And their coach, Reggie Morris Jr., says, hold it out a little bit. And a big bucket. Big bucket by Quentin Crooks. Here's a lead pass and a turnover. Now under 2 minutes to go. 1:52 to be exact. Leuzinger with a 12-point lead and can afford to take some time. And a pass off. Good pass by Dorrell Wright. Demetrius Dobie not able to finish, but he goes to the free throw line with 1:40 to go. So after being challenged, getting the lead down to 66-62. Leuzinger has gone on a 10-2 run. Went on that 22-9 run in quarter number 3. 1:40 to go now. Demetrius Dobie, 6'3" senior. 13-point game. On to Pito. 3-pointer. That won't go. 3-on-1 break. And a finger roll. Dorrell Wright. Back to a 15-point lead, matching the largest lead of the night. Little hot potato. Turn around by Topito. 3-pointer won't go. Leuzinger with a rebound. It's a 2-on-1 break. And the finish. Exclamation point off the miss. Dorrell Wright with the finish. 81-64, 55 seconds to go. 3-pointer. It's up and in by Ramon Topito. 45 seconds to go. And a 17-point lead was the largest of the night for Leuzinger. 39 and 9/10 seconds. 81-67. Leuzinger appears on their way to the 15th win overall on the year and their 8th win in conference play. Vying for a playoff spot in the Ocean League. 38 and 7/10 seconds to go. Dorrell Wright's had a fine game. Clock ticking down, 26 seconds. Here's a little scoop shot and clean it up by Dorrell Wright. Ball knocked away out of frustration, you can understand it. 18 and 4/10 seconds to go. Morningside playing gallantly for most of the first half. And they even cut into the lead, got it down to 4 points to go at about the 5-minute mark, but from that point on, they have been outscored 19-5. .8 seconds to go. The 19-5 run putting it away for Leuzinger. As you see, shaken up a little bit on the play there. Sheldon Wilson down. He's a junior. But not being attended to. At this point, he's still down on the, there you see him getting up. Gonna hobble a little bit. And with 6 and 8/10 seconds to go, they will quite wisely get him out of the ball game. Reggie Morris Jr. from the perspective of Leuzinger, a wise decision. Chris Duran will come in. And final stages of the game. Fittingly, shot knocked out of bounds, 2.8 seconds to go. Demetrius Dobie on the block. And if they can get it in, they'll get the last shot attempt. And fittingly, the game will end on a block shot. So this one is in the history books. 68-57, Leuzinger Olympians with the win. It was a game for most of the first half. Quite a close game. Leuzinger led by 1 at the end of the quarter, 22-21. They had a 7-point lead in the second quarter. Morningside built a 6-point lead and led by 3 at the half. But the third quarter was really the quarter that turned it around. Leuzinger Olympians went on a 22-9 to run to open up a lead, open up a 15-point lead. Morningside was game and came back and cut it to 66-62. But from that point on, at about the 5-minute mark of the third quarter, Leuzinger went on a 19-5 run to put this one away. And they put this one in the win books. And so by virtue of this, by virtue of the win here tonight, they upped their overall record on the year to 15-7, and they are 8-2. And of course, on the other end of the record, you've got Carl Franklin, head coach is now Carl Franklin, head coach of Morningside, is now 2-20, and they have yet to win in league. So if you had to pick a star, you know what? Why don't I let one of these people pick a star of the game? Excuse me. Who's your star of the game tonight? Who's your star of the game tonight? Who's your star of the game tonight? God, they can't hear. See, we try to give them some time and they can't hear me. Who's your star of the game tonight? Can't even think of any name?
No, number 3.
Number 3?
Number 3.
All right, I was about to tell you go home and comb your hair. Can't think of any name. Number 3, right?
Oh,
okay. See, they want to get on. They want to get on.
You got the best of me tonight, but when we come back next week, I'll have it.
All right, thanks. So how about you? Who's the star of the game to you, young man?
Huh?
Who's the star of the game to you, young man?
Leuzinger.
You think number 3?
Uh-huh.
And you know who he is, right?
Uh-huh.
All right, okay. Well, we'll go with that. Say hi. You want to say hi to somebody out there in TV land? Look at that camera right there. Want to say hi to someone? We give them the opportunity, and they don't. Now you're blocking my shot, kid. You're fired. All right, we give them the opportunity. They don't want to take it. Well, it's been a. You know what? I'm gonna stand up a little. I think that might do it a little better. That might get him a shot. All right. It's been a good game from the Leuzinger Olympians' perspective. It was certainly good as far as competition was concerned. We mentioned the seesaw battle for most of the half, and it was that run in the third quarter, basically the 22-9 run. I would say that kind of did it for them. That was the one that put it away, as we mentioned. Morningside was game at about the 5-minute mark. They'd had to lead back down to 4 points, but that final 19-5 run basically does it. So successful night for first-year coach of the Leuzinger Olympians, doing a fine job and coming into a program, taking over for a program that had been rocky the past couple of years. And that, of course, is Reggie Morris Jr. Congratulations on the win tonight. We'll have another ball game for you next week. Rufus Washington will be back. Whatever he is doing, I don't know. Doing something interesting. He's home watching the Lakers in Sacramento. That's what he's doing. And we're told by the truck that Rufus is under the weather. He's sick. Well, we wish him the best of luck. I was about to say something, but I won't go there. Nevertheless, also Scott Goodman not with us tonight. We hope to have him back next week. Congratulations to the crew here doing a fine job. You know, these guys always have to do a fine job under very, I wouldn't want to call them adverse conditions, but they're kind of tough conditions, all things considered. And I think they pulled it off very well tonight, and we enjoyed the crowd here today. It's a little different surroundings. We got a little stand here, gate in front of us on both sides of the court. But it's comfortable. The gym looks good this year, doing a little remodeling on this Leuzinger campus this year. So it's always fun to come here and watch exciting basketball. So that does it tonight. Leuzinger Olympians on the winning side against the Morningside Monarchs. Final score of 88-67. I'm Dave Marks speaking for everyone at Lawndale Community Cable Channel 22 saying so long from Lawndale, California. See you next time. Good night, everybody.